Episode 16, guys. It's gonna be epic.
What's up, guys?
I see what you did there.
Epic.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
Hey guys. I got jokes. All right, guys. So we have Chris from Epic Style joining us today.
Good
How
evening.
you doing, bud?
Doing well, you guys?
Doing great.
It's a Thursday. We're going to hear about how awesome Chaise's feed was and how Troy's at the studio. But other than that, it's good.
Like Troy changes like scenery every week. Like
Every week.
He's in Michael's bedroom. He's like in the hallway of something. He's here. Like you never know where. It's like where's Waldo? Except where's Troy?
Yeah, homeless shelter. You really never know.
I told him to go to the studio and just keep pulling down a different background for every episode.
Oh my god. Can we?
Oh my gosh. Here we go.
Troy, I like we're starting off strong this way. While Troy is doing that, I saw on Instagram somebody did like the awkward JCPenney photo shoot from the Zach Galifianakis movie where he was like with a bank robber and blah blah blah. Anyway, I can't remember the name of it. Was please in the comments tell us. Anyway, I have to get that done with my wife. Like, I just want to go in like a blue jean jacket and blue jeans and do like the awkward JCPenney pictures. Like,
That's so funny you say that. I sent that Instagram reel to Troy and I was like, how much would you charge to take these pics of Abby and I?
Oh my gosh.
Did you really?
Yes.
Troy, can we get a couple's like discount if 4 of us show up to do those pictures?
It would be really cool if like you just all flew out. We had a little like Iowa get together. We could come to the studio and just rock out some real fun images.
That sounds amazing.
God.
Okay, we need to do this.
I am currently. What am I on? Oh, I'm on this beautiful Thanksgiving-ish, fall festive.
Why should we get that background?
Okay.
You don't have a Christmas one? Come on, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I have about 140 backgrounds. You want me to get a Christmas one out?
Kinda.
That sounds a little much. It's all right. We'll let it slide.
I mean,
Well, but
I gotta go shut the light off before the people at the bar across the street see me here and they all start coming over here. So I gotta go hide again.
hold on. Does that happen often?
Yeah.
What? Because they want to take pictures or what?
No, they just want to come over and talk, and I'm trying to get shit done.
Okay, but do you usually let them talk to you? Like,
yes, of course.
Yeah, like I hide now, so like I go upstairs and you can't see me upstairs.
Well, we can't see you right now either.
Yeah, true.
It's kind of dark there. Troy, how many photos have you taken with said Thanksgiving background?
Well, that background was for a daycare, and so I only use it once, and then I never use it again.
Oh, wow! They're one-time uses, huh?
Yeah, I don't. I don't like to be. I like to. It's like my coats. I only wear them once.
God, that's sad. Deion Sanders said he does that with suits, and his suits are thousands of dollars. And I hope someday I'm at that point in life where I'm like, I never wear the same suit twice.
My suits are 30s of dollars.
Okay.
do you donate those? Does that go to Goodwill though at some point? Like, does someone like shop through Goodwill and they find like a sequin jacket and they're like, this is the one?
Yeah, Troy is the one who goes to Goodwill.
Yeah, I've never taken them to Goodwill. I don't know what to do with them. I literally have a room where they just get I need to find something to do with them.
I hope that secretly Troy takes pictures where he's only wearing the jacket, and that's those are the photos he sends Lisa.
I mean, honestly, just like Patrick gives away shirts and
downstairs.
lanyards.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just like Patrick gives away shirts and lanyards, Troy, you just bring a suitcase of all your old suit tops and give them out to everyone. And how many sparkly people can you get at one show?
Pomona, this could happen.
Troy, if you bring, I'll wear
business cards of half off a lychee, like $25 off a lychee. Like you might hit the jackpot and get a free lychee. Like
I'll in one coat, I will put we could put a half off a lychee, and they'll just have to find it in a pocket.
Bang.
What is a lychee? I've never heard of these four-legged
things that have legs. Like, am I
four-legged snakes?
Am I the first guest that isn't like ball python centric or like snake centric?
Yeah,
I've tried to catch a lot of your episodes. I think I've missed 2 or 3.
It's like Chris is like, tell me he doesn't want our show without telling us.
Right, I know, right? Like, pretty sure. Like, I was kind of like flattered. I was like, ooh, first like non-snake person.
As I run through the list in my mind, yeah, you're the only non-snake person.
So far,
I'm not saying that's because our circle of friends is mainly snake people, but you know.
What? It's weird. My circle of friends is mainly snake people too, but that's kind of where I started. But then I'm like the only person that can't breed ball pythons, so that's why I left that crowd. And I do lychees.
Is that how that works? If you can't breed ball pythons, breed lychees?
Yeah,
which is interesting.
That's my advice. Anybody in the comments, if you can't breed ball pythons, breed lychees.
You just have to worry about them, killing each other, but it's fine. No big deal.
It is true. Knock on wood. That doesn't happen. But I've heard horror stories.
Dude, I wanted to get so I bred crested geckos for a hot second, and then I really wanted to get lychees, but like I can't tell you the countless stories people told me of like, oh yeah, if the female doesn't like the male, she just done, and I'm like, I am not spending thousands of dollars on a lizard that may or may not murder its friend because he smelled funny. Like I'm out.
I've heard stories, but I've only been doing this a short time. This will be going into my 4th year of breeding Leachianus geckos.
Okay.
And the only one that I don't I've had one that's like a jerk or been mean, but it's been the male. And so, which is kind of counter opposite or different from what you typically hear in that regards. And I split them apart for a while. I tried this season to have them give with 2 different pairs. And they just ended up being best friends with that pair and not doing anything. So I actually reintroduced them because they did make really nice babies. And so far, the introduction's been really well. So hopefully this next season I can get some more babies from them. So
nice.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Man. Yeah. That's awesome. All right. Before we dive too far into gecko talk, because I do have at least 2 questions.
No, we can talk about whatever. That's what I'm excited about.
Troy. We got to start early with Off Track with Troy.
Wait, you didn't make me a little tidbit? You hit a button and things happen?
Oh, you want to talk about that real fast?
No.
No. Pause. No. Because I
think I actually said I was going to do it and I haven't done it yet.
There it is. I was going to do it and then I said, no, Troy said he's going to do it. So I'll wait. So now that it hasn't happened, I will happily make it and I'll have it ready for next Thursday.
Oh, great.
I love you.
All right. First, Chris, do you want to introduce your lovely daughter?
Oh, sure. Yeah. So this is my daughter, Zariah. She goes to pretty much 95% of the shows we go to. So does my wife. So does my son Desmond. It's like a family unit. Pretty fun. Nice. Pretty cool. Working the table with them, getting to meet different people, hang out. Our smaller local shows that we do, she pretty much runs around the show like she's the boss of it, kind of. Because we know everybody pretty well. This fall at Tinley, she got a little more rain and she knew people. She was going over to your booth and coming back and stuff like that. But no, this is Zariah. So yeah.
Yeah, Zariah, who do you like better, me or Lisa?
You.
Yeah, that's my girl. All right. Wait, who do you like better? Do you like me or Michael better?
Oh.
All right, I'll take that. All right, you're my favorite. Okay. All right, Chris, you ready for this?
Fire away.
Would you be friends with yourself if you were cloned?
Would I be friends with myself if I was a clone?
God.
Maybe for a little bit, because then would he have all the stuff that I already have, or is it just the individual person?
I'm pretty sure when something gets cloned, it's identical, but don't ask me. I'm not a doctor.
Yeah, why wouldn't I be friends with myself? I would get to I'd be friends with myself for a little bit to see am I a likable person, or is it just BS that I get from people?
Yeah.
It out, and then it's how could I get over on him a little bit? What could I do? What could I do to push? What could I do to push his buttons? He'd be my little test dummy.
All right, nice. Okay, that's good stuff. I have a little test dummy. His name's Patrick. So I get it. Yeah.
It's hurtful. I would not be friends with my clone, by the way. Just out there. I would not be friendly with my clone.
Or my clone might decide, if I don't know about him yet, he might just get up and get out of here because he probably knows that's best for him. So
yeah, it would not be good. I don't think it would work out well.
Nice. All right, good stuff. You joined the Spice Girls. What's your spice name?
Brown sugar.
Yeah, there it is.
We all know how Troy likes some brown sugar.
That had to be the answer, right? Like that's
that's good stuff.
Listen,
all right.
So speaking of like
or black pepper,
Spice Girls and brown
which is
sugar,
an actual spice.
That's
fine.
It's okay. We just didn't end it in spice. That's kind of the.
On Facebook, my name was Chris Spicy Brown Ballinger. I worked at Subway for a bit, and that was like my nickname. I just went by Spicy Brown at Subway. So it's kind of funny that you asked that. So
see, yeah, that's good stuff.
Hold one moment, Troy. Spicy Brown. Please explain.
Yeah, your daughter's whispering stuff to you.
Yeah,
that's when you and Mom met. Yes, we didn't need a Subway. That is correct.
Oh, that's cute.
That's a true love story right there.
Yeah, Matt might be part of our chat GTP later.
Chris was over here making her the spicy footlong.
Yeah. All right, man. Question number 3. Give me 3 people that you'd love to have dinner with, dead or alive, famous, not famous, friend and family, stranger.
I like the input.
Those are good people. Yep. My daughter suggested some local friends, or some friends that we have dinner with. Our friends Monty and Lisa, and our friends Zach and Rose. Those are her suggestions. Mine would be, I would say
McCombs.
I'd go Michael Jordan. Let me go Ken Griffey Jr.
Yes.
And That's a good answer. She said her third one is Jason and Kelly, which are friends of ours that put on the show called Cold Blooded Expos as well.
Whoa,
she's the best.
There's 3.
There we go.
Dry, you're my favorite. I love you more than my own child.
You said living or dead, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll go Martin Luther King. I'll go there.
All right.
Nice.
Okay. All right. So basically 3 black men. Okay, cool. All right. Sweet.
Yeah, but I love
it. Did they walk into a bar? What's the rest?
You know what? I think
What's the joke here?
You had to pick Martin Luther King though, just to offset like the good person vibe versus like the Michael Jordan evil person vibe. It was good. I like that. It's solid. It's good.
All right. I think that would be a really good conversation to eavesdrop as the 4 of you. That would be fun. I might want to be at the dinner table next door. Yeah.
So you
nice.
So Michael Jordan's not your fan, Patrick. So who's your are you a basketball fan?
Very much so. Yeah, no, I appreciate Michael for what he is, right?
Right.
The greatest 1A, 1B with LeBron at this point, right? But as a human, he's not a good human.
I think I could agree with you on
like he's not a good human.
Choices and things like that, like not someone like role model that you
not even a little bit, right?
I would just want to hear stories about basketball
but I think the problem when you watch The Last Dance, right? I think Jordan was the worst part of it because I didn't feel like he had good insightful stories. It was all just like I was the greatest and I dominated everyone, like whereas I felt like the other players that were giving the Jordan stories were way better, right?
That's true. Like
that's kind of how I felt.
A little self-absorbed, just a little bit. And so it was when he came on the screen, it was like, yeah, Michael Jordan, I did that stuff.
Yeah, I think too, it was just and I understand this goes with the aura and the legend of Jordan, right? But specifically one part of The Last Dance where they were talking about how once Gary Payton started guarding him, things changed in that series a lot. Yeah. And Jordan was didn't make any difference. And it's no, if you go look at the stats, it made a huge difference, buddy. It's okay to just be yeah, Gary was okay. He wasn't terrible. I mean, he was a great defensive player. Anyway.
Right. No, that was Gary Payton's calling card. They called him glove for a reason.
Let's go. Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, Jordan, obviously, he's incredible. But he has reached God status at this point, so he is untouchable. It's good times. And that is our sports breakdown for late time.
Oh my lordy! All right, yeah. Back to off track with Troy, and who cares what Patrick thinks?
This is my favorite segment.
I love it. This is the best. How much money would we have to raise for USARK for you to shave your head?
Oh. You know what's funny? Because I think I don't know if I said it directly to you, but I've said it to Potter that I think that when I do cut my hair, I think I would do it at a USARK auction because it'd be fun.
What do you think the magic number? What would you want the magic number to be?
I don't know. Just 15.
$15.
She has all the answers. It's amazing.
Zeros after 15. How many zeros? 1 0. So $150. That's a
all right.
expensive haircut.
All right, Zariah, how much money do we have to raise for you to shave your head?
How much?
Mm.
$5? $2?
How many bags of Starbursts?
Ooh, there you go. Inside, Troy loves to bring my kid candy. Like
this is not going to go good. We should not have said that. The comments are not. This is not good.
They are not going to be gentle on him now.
Anyways, we were going to the St. Louis show, and she's like, "Oh, Troy's going to bring me Sour Patch Kids," and I'm like, "Because when we last saw you did I see you in Iowa?
We saw each other at the Minnesota show last."
Okay. No, well, this was before, leading up to St. Louis and ERBC.
Yeah,
I think you came by Iowa to come hang out for just a bit. But I guess
sounds right.
You were there. You told Zariah, "Hey, I'm going to bring you those," and I just reminded her. That was like 2 weeks before. I was like, "Hey, he might forget. Like, it's okay. We'll have food. We'll get candy. We'll do things like just She seemed like to remember that. I'm like, oh man, like I want to let her down because hey, people forget shit. It happens. Literally, I'm walking by with my cases coming into the show, and he's like, "Hey, whenever your kid gets in here, I got Sour Patch Kids for him." Like, oh yes. My gosh, like he remember, like that's super, like it's so cool, like it's hilarious and funny at the same time. But
your kids are pretty awesome, man. And while we're on the subject, you took a interest in Michael, and that means a lot to I and Lisa, and you and I have talked about this, and yeah. So and Michael certainly loves your kids too, and so it's you've spent more money on Michael than I have on your kids.
Wow.
Did I? I don't know. Like you tangibly spent money. It was cool. Like that was the first time I met Michael, but it felt like I had met him numerous other times, and then he just kind of fit right in with like the jokes, and then him and the kids got along, and I think him and Des like message back and forth every once in a while or whatever. Yeah, I might have to message Michael. Like Des kind of wants to get his haircut like him, so I might need to know what that haircut is that he gets.
All right,
my. Oh, I don't know what kind of style that is. So like when I go to this place and this lady asks me to spend $32.50 on a haircut,
I think you walk in and you say, "Hey, my kid wants to look like a really boring white kid from the suburbs," and the lady will probably be like, "I got this."
I don't want him to shave his head bald.
Yeah, there it is. I was about to say.
Nice, man. Well, my last question is this: you're a Kansas City Chiefs fan. And,
buddy.
Yeah,
buddy.
They got beat by the Bills, by the way. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, go Dave. Go Dave.
Yeah. What would you do to meet and hang out with Patrick McCombs? Like, what would be the craziest things you would do to like hang out with him at his house for a night?
I don't think he wants to hang out with Patrick McCombs.
Mahomes. Oh, I said Mc. I'm sorry. Yeah, thank you. Good. I don't.
Like the McDouble.
I don't really like the Chiefs.
You don't do.
He doesn't watch sports.
What would I do to hang out with him for an evening?
Yeah. He had to ask his daughter to leave. I like that. That was nice.
Yeah. He's like, "Do you want to know the things I would do? You got to go. Bye."
Is Travis Kelce going to be there too?
No.
Yeah, but is he the one that dates Homegirl?
Oh, Taylor
Tay
Swift.
Tay?
Yeah,
Taylor
he
Swift
has to
better
be
than
there
Brittany
then too.
Mahomes. I can't stand Brittany Mahomes. But that's a whole nother subject.
Dude,
But-
Brittany Mahomes is the worst. Like,
But that's a whole different topic.
Oh.
I don't know. I would. What would I do? I would like try to find somewhere he's gonna breed, and I bring my kids. Everybody loves my kids. That's why I bring them the shows with me. Like I rope in these little guys, and you're like, this ain't too bad.
Yeah, you do have pretty awesome kids, and we should probably mention you have a pretty awesome wife as well.
Yeah,
she doesn't have the best name for our society, but she's pretty awesome, and she doesn't fit the name.
What's her name?
I believe it's Karen. But we call her K Money or K Rizzle or K Dog.
She likes to go by Rin. That's her. She's used that. Somebody called that started calling her at a reptile show, and so now that's like her like reptile given name.
Are there actual baby pictures of your wife? Because I'm convinced that Karens are created, not born. I think it just happens.
There's like a cute one where she's like holding Duplos. Like it's pretty cute. Like,
yeah. Was she called Karen then, or did it just like morph into that? What happens?
I don't know. That's a good question. She's upstairs watching. I bet if she would come down and answer.
Wait, can she comment? Is she not in our comments?
I don't know.
Our comments are a cesspool.
Yeah, yeah. That's basically how I feel about Jacob. Is he's a cesspool.
Oh,
I gotta get ready for school.
Let's see. I don't.
School's important, kid. And when you get 16, you drop out and get a job.
Tell all the millions of people that are watching this bye.
Bye.
There you go.
Bye, kiddo.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Troy.
Bye, Troy. So
she was really wondering what you were gonna wear. She's like, "What's he gonna be wearing?" Like, she thought maybe he'd wearing a jacket or something. I was like, "Oh, he's just gonna be." Karen's like, "He's just gonna be wearing a t-shirt." This like
nothing exciting.
I'm glad I didn't show up shirtless tonight.
Oh my god, that could have happened. It wouldn't be the first time.
It wouldn't be.
Don't make it the last.
Yep.
I think we need to spend the remaining hour talking about nothing but Kansas City sports. I'm in. Let's do it.
I didn't realize you were a Chiefs fan.
I've got shit to do, so yeah, you guys, me and Chase can get out of here.
Troy, you want to go do anything else besides talk the Chiefs?
My god!
What did you guys do today?
What did we do today?
Yeah, what did you guys do today?
I
bet you my day. I bet you my day was a little more epic than yours.
I don't know if it was.
Chase fed Justin's collection.
Yeah.
I didn't do shit but take care of an 8-week-old puppy that we just got last night. And Patrick sat around and thought of ways that he could tell people he's a doctor.
I didn't do that. That's not all what I did, but it's okay.
I saw your comment on, I think it was Sean and Rachel's post or Sean's post, SRS, because he said happy anniversary. He said, I got Lisa a puppy from him. And I didn't know if you were being serious or not. And now that you said that, I'm like, holy, so you have 3 now?
Yeah.
Just have 3.
Yeah, you did that to yourself.
Are you dropping out of like ball python breeding and become a dog breeder?
We used to breed dogs. So no, I would be okay with that. Not necessarily dropping out of being a ball python breeder, but I would love to breed dogs again. But Lisa is a no-go on that.
Do cats? She loves them.
Yeah. Anyways, let's hear about your day. It was epic.
Yeah,
let's hear about your epic day.
So yesterday I went and picked up some stuff with a friend in Texas for his taxidermy stuff, and then we stayed the night at like this. I don't know. It's like
what city in Texas? What city in Texas?
What city? I was in Dallas, actually, I was in Grapevine, not Dallas. And
it's all DFW. It's
right, and then we had to go to Fort Worth then.
Okay.
And then I drove past the old location of Arlington in the RBC, and I shed a tear.
Yeah, a little bit of a tiny one.
Oh, I'm sad. Yeah. But then on the way back, we stayed the night at this place just south of Oklahoma City, and my friend, he's a big hunter, which is pretty. Yeah. My son's taking a liking to it. Pretty interesting. He's traveled the world a little bit and done some different things. And then we originally met through doing ball pythons, but we stayed at this place where they have like wild hogs.
Yeah.
And like I went out and shot a wild hog. I've never shot and killed anything today, but I went and shot a wild hog today. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Do we wanna-
Nice.
we-
Yeah.
so-
It's not
so
really
what it-
wild when they're raised to be shot, but
No,
we get
they're
that.
captured. No, they were captured in Texas because there's a bunch of like feral pigs. running around.
there's an infinite amount in Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so yes, it wasn't a high fence, but it was a bunch of acreage that they had.
Oh, so you went to an actual like plot, like a reserve.
Yeah,
You did.
it was-
It wasn't just a buddy's land that you went and hunted.
No.
Oh,
it was
that's
kinda,
not as epic anymore.
it was my first time though.
That makes it worse somehow.
No,
That's like
it's a
that's
hog.
like getting a prostitute, you know? Like you paid for it.
Ew.
I know. How does that feel now? Did I just ruin your epic moment?
No,
Oh, okay.
it was fun.
So what did you use to get the job done?
Some sort of rifle. I'm very not
Oh my god.
savvy. Like
What
no,
are you
like
doing here?
You don't even
Okay,
know
well,
what you used? Come on, Chris.
hopefully my friends in the con, I don't know. But yeah, it was some sort of rifle. Like we weren't even planning on doing it. It was like
What
we
did
got
you
in the car and we were gonna head back to Kansas City. And I was like, we could make it there by 11:30. We could make this all one day trip. Yeah, we'll be dead tired. There's two of us, so we could switch off. You get some sleep, I'll drive. And he's like, what if we went and shot a hog? What do you think about that? I was like, you know me, I've never killed anything. I think that'd be kind of interesting to some extent. And so we
never
he
murdered
called and
anything. I think that'd be interesting.
is that how it starts?
That's exactly how it starts.
I mean, I've never had a reptile. I got a reptile. I'm like, oh goodness, now I have like 125 of them or something, like 150 something. I don't know.
So this was the first. What did y'all do with the hog? Was this just?
So they
Yeah.
oh my gosh, they strung it up and we cut all the stuff off it. And then tomorrow we're gonna do a brand new.
So they did harvest it. Okay.
Yeah. So,
All right. That's cool.
Yeah, he was probably
That's
like
cool,
a 70-pound, 80-pound pig.
Oh, just a little baby.
Yeah,
Oh.
it was a bigger one that was off to. So when we were in the morning for 2 hours, we sat in like a stand and saw a couple come in. But there was one that came in that I wanted to shoot, but I didn't want to shoot the first thing I saw. Like I kind of wanted to have an experience.
No, that's fair. I get that.
And like, okay, I shoot this one, and then maybe something bigger like popped up or something. Or
So
like,
this was
what if?
This was a day hunt.
So then from 9:30 to 11, it was like 11:20 when we finished up. So from 9 to 11:20, we were kind of walking around this big old open wooded area, trying to spot some pigs. And then we'd spot them and kind of walk around and try to get ahead of them and kind of see where they were going to come into the opening and stuff. And remind you, like, I have not shot it. I've never shot a gun, like shooting a gun. It was a rifle. I'm pulling it up.
You had a day of first then.
Day of for like the first time when we got in that open field and they're like, all right, here's some up here. Take a look. I'm trying to get in the crosshairs and all it's doing is moving all around because I'm like excited and nervous at the same time.
Yeah, I could imagine the first time I ever shot a gun, I was also taking a life.
like every part of this story is the opposite of how I like was raised with weapons and hunting. like he's over here like, dude, I paid for it. They gave me a fucking gun and I shot it.
Yeah, he's like,
I'm over here
what
like
an American exchange.
Yeah, like this. The only way that this could have been more American is if he was like, instead of giving him cash, I gave him a gecko. Like just something random, right? Like he bartered for this opportunity.
I gave him four really big tires for his mudding truck, you know.
Oh my god, that'd be amazing.
I believe your friend is here and he's telling us that you shot a 243.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. All right, that makes
terrible
sense.
at checking com. Oh, there we go. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. 243.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's fun, man.
Yeah. No.
That's fun. I very much so enjoy hog hunting. Every time I go back to Texas, I go out on a buddy's property and we hog hunt. So
yeah, no, he was telling me at the time he went.
I would love to go hunting with you, Patrick, and then come back without you.
Little Dick Cheney action here.
Me and Patrick have a love-hate relationship. He loves me, I hate him.
Oh, I thought we were just gonna say we love to hate each other. Wow, Troy, I don't know if you've ever advocated murdering me though. That's kind of hurtful. Why do you want to murder me?
You should hear him in between times of the show. It's okay.
Thought we were doing better. I guess not. Oh well.
You have no idea what he wants to do with one of those lanyards, do you? When you're
yeah, I guess I won't be taking Troy hunting. Chris, if you want to go kill another pig, though, next time we're in Texas, we can probably make that happen. So,
oh boy,
you can say no. It's okay.
Oh no,
Did you have a good time? Did you enjoy it?
It was really fun. Like just leading up to it, just like I somewhat now watch a lot of like outdoor shows and stuff, and so it's neat. It's like when I got into reptiles, I watched a bunch of YouTube videos and things like that, just learning about different things, and so it's an experience, and it gives me something else to talk to my friend about. Because we first met through reptiles. I bought some of my first snakes from him, and then he ended up getting out now, and we're still friends then, and now he's getting back in, and this part of it just kind of came in play within the last probably like 6 or 7 months. We went fishing a lot this summer, and
nice,
and then he took my son out because he kind of showed him he likes bow hunting. So they went down to some of his land. He shot an 8-point and a turkey like within like the first 4 hours they went down there. So
that's a good time, man.
He really enjoys it. So, and he's my kid, so anything he likes, it sounds funny. Like I want to help him and get to that point and enjoy that part of it as well.
Well, they do say the family that murders together stays together, so it's good.
Like in pieces or whole, or how do you stay together?
It depends.
Just don't ask questions. Just
don't ask questions. I'm trying to read the fine print, but there's no fine print.
There's no
Chaise. Chaise and I are actually going to take Molly's boyfriend out hunting and see what happens.
Goodness.
Troy, you can't keep saying on a recorded podcast that you're going to murder people, because when you
I didn't say that. I said I was going to go with Chaise and Molly's boyfriend, and we were going to go hunting. I didn't say anything. You said stuff.
Right. You know what? You got me. It wasn't
I have no part in
implied. I have no part in this.
Absolutely not.
Chaise doesn't really like guns, so I'm not surprised he's not going. No. He's pretty anti.
He does like daggers though.
I'm a Texas Democrat. I'm a Texas Democrat for sure.
Chaise, I love you.
Yeah.
This is good.
Briefly.
We're still on track with Troy. So Troy, we need to.
Oh,
my bad.
Yeah,
sorry.
We're done. But
we're done.
We're done with off track with Troy. That was my last question. But I do want you to spend a little time tonight, telling me about some lychees and some geckos and stuff, so that people know what you do.
I want to know how you went from ball pythons to lychees.
Yeah. So
how'd you go from no legs to legs?
Well, did it start with not being evolution? Well played. Someone argued that the legless part is the evolved part, but it's fine. Did it start with snakes?
Did my reptile start with snakes, or did I?
Yeah.
So it started with a bearded dragon. That's how reptiles. Yeah, I know, right? Like, anyway, so Dez, when he was his first 5th birthday, I wanted to get that whole storybook. Kid grows up with a dog. Like that's the best thing ever. That's real American. We both worked 8 to 5. I didn't want to put a puppy in a kennel and come home and have to clean a kennel. Like it doesn't take long to train them and stuff. Yeah. But that didn't sound fun to me, so it didn't sound fair to the puppy. And so we ixnayed getting a dog. We're like, oh, we'll revisit that and get it later, sometime later in life. So we took him to a pet store and got a bearded dragon. That's what he picked out. And so her name's Kevin. I didn't know anything about bearded dragons or reptiles, didn't really too much at that time. So we found out about 2 years later when we came home and Kevin had a bunch of eggs scattered all over a cage that, Kevin's a girl. That's cool.
Amazing.
Nice. And so backing up just a little bit, after we got her for his birthday, about 3 or 4 months later, our local reptile show, my wife found it on Facebook and like, oh, hey, we should go to this and check it out. And so we started going to the Cold-Blooded Expo here in Kansas City. He won a corn snake in a drawing the first time we went, which is cool because it was his name that was drawn out of the little bag that they were shuffling around. So then had to get a crash course on how do you care for a snake.
Yes.
Go over to Rodent Pro and buy some frozen pinkies.
Yeah.
And that's how we got a snake and a bearded dragon. Then a couple months later, I bought my own snake and started becoming regulars at the reptile show. Got to know Jason Cruz a little bit, who puts on the local show. And then I say I started my internship kind of not knowing that this was going to be, but I ended up working locally for him at the local show and then started traveling with him to his shows in Minnesota, Iowa, Tulsa, Nebraska, Chicago, and helping him drive his product, set up the show, run the table and stuff like that for him. And so that's kind of like where I really cut my teeth at, like getting my reptile knowledge and meeting other vendors before I was really keeping reptiles at a higher level and stuff, and getting good deals on things. And slowly I started adding snakes because ball pythons are a very popular thing. But when I was adding ball pythons at the time, it was, this one's $75. This one's $100. Oh, I got both of these for $100. Oh, I bought this for $300. Oh, I bought this one for $400.
That's so weird. No one ever does that. That's strange.
Yeah, no. So it was like, oh, I got all these. I got like 25 ball pythons, and I didn't really spend too much money, and that's pretty cool. And so I had some. Maybe I didn't have 25. I had like maybe 7 or 8, and then I talked to my wife, and I was like, hey, there's this thing called Morph Market. They sell like reptiles on there. Can I buy like a few big snakes and see if I can breed snakes? And then before I start buying more of these, let's give this a run. Yeah. So I bought, with no rhyme or reason or trying to figure out like, hey, what's the best thing that I could produce anything? I just went on there. Well, that one's cheap and that one's cheap. And well, these two are from the same place. So that's one shipping thing. All right. And this one here. So I bought a Pastavi male.
Yes.
I bought a black
good investment,
a black pastel female.
Perfect.
And a pinstripe.
Troy still makes all that.
Fortunately, you only spent $37.50 shipped on all of those.
Kinova does too. They just do it at facility number 2.
Yeah. Facility number 2. Set down and around the corner.
Yeah, it is.
And
you only spent $37.50 on them shipped, so you're good.
Right. No, fully. So then got those and went that whole process and got one to lay eggs for me. The other one came out. She ended up being a little smaller than what the aforementioned ad set.
No.
So right, I can't believe it. Typo, that was a typo. So I was like, okay, I feel pretty confident. So I kept adding snakes to my collection, and it was younger babies. So then I'm wasting all this time of growing things up instead of just paying a little bit more money to have something bigger that can do something a little bit sooner. I had a bunch of males. Males are not great snakes to buy, like when you don't have very many females. Just every wrong thing that you could possibly do, like without sitting down and having a plan. Oh, and then the greatest part of the plan is none of the stuff I had was like, cool, that's going to make a $75 snake. The $75 snake will make a $75 snake. This snake.
I'd be happy if I could sell a $75 snake right now.
I knew that was coming.
Let me pull up your Morph Market. What, you got any $75 snakes on there?
Probably take an offer.
Hey, next time you post a story, I'm offering $75.
If you're in the comments, go to Troy's Morph Market right now and just start making offers, guys. We're gonna help him sell a snake here today.
Yeah.
Be careful.
I guarantee he will accept one offer tonight. I guarantee it. Go.
Yeah. So I got to looking at it and I'm like, these don't really have a reasoning, and I'm trying to figure out what do I like. I like the darker genes and stuff there.
Weird.
Couldn't ever find.
It's funny. It's funny. He's like, I'm a big fan of super black pastel and Sumas.
It would have been better if you would have said that too, Chris. You'd have been like, I was really into blackhead. Sorry, we're trying. 3 white guys talking about race with a black guy sounds like a great way to get canceled.
Oh man, it's good. I support. No.
I was waiting for Chris to be like, I'm a big fan of blue-eyed leucistics.
Hey. There's a comment for that one too, but I'm just going to table that one and just keep it going. I'm just
horrible. We're horrible.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. That's if you get the joke, you can find it's in there. I promise.
There's a couple of layers to that one. There's a couple of layers there.
It was like, okay, nothing really had a rhyme or a reason. And so slowly, when I was at shows, I would kind of go walk around and see what other things that might be interesting, and came across crested geckos. Those were pretty neat. Gargoyles were pretty cool. Didn't see too many chihuahuas when I was at some smaller shows, but I saw a few lychees and knew somebody locally that had some and thought they were pretty awesome. So on Craigslist, there was an adult lychee. I know, right? Craigslist.
This is where it really gets interesting.
In the personal, I mean the pet section,
the personals, yeah. We know how you earn those snakes now.
Hey.
Why is it when you say on Craigslist and all of a sudden it just felt offensive? I was just like, I'm offended. Like, what just happened? Like, it was an unsolicited dick pic. That's what just happened. It's like, Craigslist. I didn't know that's where we were going with this story. Jesus.
Well,
we were using a reputable site like North Market and Reptile shows. And it's like, and then I was on Craigslist.
That's where I fell in love with lychees. Okay, like
I'm sorry. I apologize.
So there was a lychee on there for sale. I reached out about it. Wife shut me down on it. She's like, you don't need that gecko. And so I messaged my friend and I was like, hey, I'm not getting this, but it's a super good deal. I know your son had been looking for one. Would you like it? Yeah, we'll take it. Could you actually pick it up? I'll pay you back for it. So the worst part about it, I went and paid for this dang thing, picked it up. It stayed in my house for like a week while they were out of town. And me and Des had it out like every day, checking it out. It was really cool. Dropped it off to him. Like 2 weeks later, I found someone local that bred lychees and bought 2 babies. And that's how it kind of started. Within that first year, I had 7. And then I bought like a little small collection that took me like maybe 15 or 16 geckos. And then the next year, I bought like another collection of Leachianus geckos. And we're probably pretty close to 85 or 90 lychee from babies to adults.
Wow, that's a
workload. So, that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Whew. So are lychees similar to a lot of lizard species where it's like you breed them and then you get 2 eggs a month for like 9 months?
So it varies. This year's been this year's been a little slower than last year. I think it was like 53 babies I hatched out, which I was super excited about. That's a really big number.
Out of how many pairings?
Last year I had 9 or 10 pairings last year.
Okay.
I have one pair that they were just doing slugs all year for me because she was a younger female. It was her first year breeding. I had let me pull up one of these cards here. It's this year. I try to keep on the outside of my containers. I just write down when I collect eggs and all.
Okay,
that stuff.
yeah.
Oh, nice.
This is actually the first pair that I got. This is Butters.
Did you write that or did Des?
Well, which part? This part is written by Karen.
Oh,
and then this part is me because I look for eggs usually. I'm kind of anal about that. I enjoy finding them. No joy for anybody else.
That's fair.
Right.
That's fair. I like it. it. I'm a big fan. And
so I'm like a fun sucker sometimes. Although it's cool. I'm gone sometimes and they go through the egg and check. But
remind me again. I think you said it a second ago, Chris, but you have lychees and what else?
I have lychees. I have chihuahuas. I have a crested gecko pair. Crested geckos aren't my flavor, but it's just nice to have on the table because it is a cheaper price for a gecko for somebody that's looking for a gecko to get into. So
if you could mix 2 geckos, like it could just happen, right? Snap your fingers and it happens. What 2 geckos would you mix to make the most ultimate gecko?
A Australian rough throat gecko. It looks like a giant, it looks like a giant leaf tail kind of, and a Leachianus gecko. I think that'd be kind of cool. I don't know if they'd be slender because those are slender, but that tail is like super beefy and wide. Those are really cool.
I have an Iowa rough throat lizard at home named Lisa.
Wow. He found her a lot.
I don't know why I really thought you were going to give some factual information there. I was like,
Chris,
that's actual factual information.
Like as factual as it gets here, Chris.
Yeah. I was like, I didn't know that. I didn't know that you had a frilled dragon either until a few weeks ago.
You have a frilled dragon?
See,
Yeah.
exactly.
Wait, you do?
How is that
Bing,
never come
bing,
up in the
boom.
conversation?
See,
Yeah.
he has all
Yeah.
kinds of weird things. He's got the 3 dogs now. He's got the bird. Like,
He's got
I have
the
two,
Iowan
I have two
rough-throated lizard.
exanthic blue-tongued skinks.
Oh yeah, you
What?
do. Yeah, are you still
I didn't
excited
know you
about
did
those
blue
things?
tongues.
Yeah, man, I am excited.
Okay.
And I'd still like to figure out if I could truly breed them. I know people aren't having, luck with this particular locale of blue tongues, but I know people they're doing it. So
So I only have an ivory and a het ivory. Are they different localities? Like, are the different morphs like different? I thought they were all just like northern.
Yeah, yours are more than likely, I'm assuming, Australian blue-tongued skinks, and mine are from Indonesia.
Okay, I gotcha.
He got those Halleys, baby. Those
Yeah.
Halamaharas.
Mine were definitely illegally exported over here within the past 10 years, 100%. I think they all were illegally exported from Australia, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Don't
Did you
give
see
me
Yeah.
that look. Bearded dragons are too. Yours is illegal too, but it is what it is, bud.
Did you see the one I had on my table at Tinley?
Yes.
It was an albino Eastern. So it was a friend of ours. That story for that thing was crazy. So it was obviously smuggled in by somebody.
Shocking.
Cat detained by Fish and Game. It was actually at Thai Parks for a while.
Okay.
And then let's see, what was it? Thai Park gave it to, I think it was Opal Dragons, I believe is the correct name. They do a lot of Tegu stuff as well. And then our friends at Ghost Constrictors, Zach and Rose, you met them at Minnesota, Troy.
Yep.
They had a Tegu that they were like, I think it was like maybe a ruby, albino ruby or something like that they traded with them to get that albino Eastern or whatever. So it's pretty cool. They got a lot of looks.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Cool. At Pomona, man, I'm hoping to I've got a guy I've been chatting with. I'm hoping to pick up some Australian water dragons. That's actually my all-time favorite reptile, and it was one of my first reptiles. And so he's got a breeding pair and or a breeding trio, and so hopefully I'll be bringing them home with me.
Oh, I do remember you saying water dragons because that was in my my question at St. Louis. And thanks for doing that, by the way. That I thought that I need to do it again. I tried to do it at Minnesota at the smaller show, but people were kind of scared to be on camera when I was like,
"Yeah, no weird." Next time I'm gonna do it shirtless.
Do it, please. I'll do it. Yep.
Yeah.
I thought we were doing this episode shirtless, and then Chase said no.
But back to
Chase would definitely be the guy to say no to this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Chris. You're trying to stay on topic.
Better than all of us.
No, I don't know about that. No.
You would put us to shame. Like you hike the mountains. Like
come on right now, Chase. All of us. Let's be sure.
Right.
Let's be shirtless for the rest of this episode.
We'll save that for a future episode. Maybe like a January 17th episode or something. Who knows?
It's 18th.
18th.
Oh, either way.
You know what? I'm in. I will do January 18th episode topless.
Me too.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good birthday present for me. I'll watch that at night.
Is that your birthday?
Yeah.
My birthday's the 19th. It'll be going into it. I'll watch it. And I'll be like, ooh.
Perfect.
Yep. I might even write "Happy Birthday, Chris" across my titties.
Could you shave it? Do you have chest hair? Could you shave it in there?
I got chest hair.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, no, he's got another shirt under that shirt.
He got another shirt.
Yeah, I stay warm in the winter.
Hey, there you go.
Somebody needs to. I have none.
I mean, you live farther north than any of us, so
yeah.
Yeah.
What is the temperature there right now?
Here?
Yeah.
Actually, dude, we have a heat wave going here in Iowa. It was like 54 today, which is unheard of typically in December. And it's going to be in like the high 40s all the way through like Christmas and shit. So no white Christmas for Iowa this year.
That is way warmer than Chaise and I. Jesus.
Yeah, that's wild.
It is wild. Like, yeah, which only means that typically like then come January, instead of like, maybe a few weeks where it's like blistering -20 and 40-mile-an-hour winds, it'll probably be all damn month.
Well,
got to make up for that lost time.
But 3 of us out of the 4 of us will get to escape part of that and go out to Cali for the Reptile Super Show. Well, one of us doesn't go and hangs back and plays with his dinghy. Chaise.
Sorry, guys.
It's a big dinghy. Gotta play with it.
Hey, Chris.
if Chase's experiences are anything like mine have been with the cold pod lately, I assure you it's not a big dinghy anymore.
the cold pod tests a lot.
It turns out I have an innie now. It's fine. I definitely sat in 35-degree water today, and I thought it was good. Felt really good, but then at the same time, we make sacrifices here.
What if you went in the other way, or do you have to fully submerge yourself? What if you just
No, you're up to the neck in water.
Yeah, depends on how.
Okay, never mind. That wouldn't work.
What? Yeah, no.
Do you think Adam and Eve had belly buttons?
We're not, no. No, I don't.
I'm not getting into this tonight. We're not playing chicken versus the egg with people right now.
There was no umbilical cord.
Yeah, I don't think.
Just inquiring minds want to know.
That's fair. Comments, please let us know if you think Adam or Eve had belly buttons. Let's get involved today. This is the send your super chats.
Maybe
don't worry, they're involved every time. Usually, it's just ripping on one of us.
Typically me.
But back to finish up, it varies how often they lay. Depending on the locale. There's several different locales of them. So ball pythons have morphs.
Yeah.
Leachianus geckos have locales, which if you layman's term, when I'm breaking down somebody, it's like buying a dog that's you're tracing bloodlines kind of.
Yeah.
And it's kind of tricky because some people suck and they're really shitty and they're not honest. It goes for a ball python. I explain it as oh, hey, I bought this and it says it's het pied, het clown, het monsoon, het this, and it's actually het none of that. So you just have to, on that side, know who you're buying from and be if you see a gecko on table just labeled as a Leachianus gecko and you're trying to get into them and breed them with a purpose, I'd probably just keep walking unless it's $100 and you just pick it up and go from there. But don't be a scumbag and say, oh, I think it's this, because if you don't know what it is, you can't tell by the looks of it. So there's no distance. So
then why do the locales matter? Right, that statement right there, right? If you can't look at it and tell the difference, why does it matter? Is it
so there's your Nuana Nuami, Bayonnaise, your Moros are kind of bigger, but those three there are smaller geckos. So you're looking at a gecko that's going to be anywhere from about maybe 10, maybe 12 inches, probably in the 10-11 range where they're commonly going to be seen at. But then you have your Yates, your Pointiminiers, your Mount Kogus, your Mount Dort. All those geckos are going to get closer to your 16, your 15, 16, 17 range. If you look at your forearm, you're going to have a gecko that size, basically.
Oh, wow.
That's kind of a huge difference when you're selling somebody on the point of how large is the gecko going to get.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And so, understanding some people, the biggest question you get is it going to have color or is it going to have size? That's the kind of the going thing for people getting into it. And so if I was to sell somebody something as a Nuana, well, they're going to realize in a very short time that said gecko is not really a Grand Terror or a GT type lychee. So that's where the knowing its locale kind of comes in play on that part.
But eventually it is discernibly different, right? I guess that's what I was getting at. So eventually, in the same sense, right? We sell somebody sells you a het pied and it's not actually het pied, right?
Right, you'll eventually
we're gonna find out. Now we have testing.
Right. Where you would come into the gray areas, okay, is it Nuana or Nuami? Those are very similar size species that can look very similar in that regards. And I've bought from a few different people, but it's people that have been established for a little bit and or I've bought things and that are labeled from people that I trust them in that fact. So I try to be as transparent as possible in listing out all my different locales that are maybe on my crosses that I have. And if I'm not I have one somewhere, it's a non-locale specific. It's a mutt, but it's going to be a really pretty gecko. It's orangish, an orangish Spanish color.
When we were at the St. Louis show, right? St. Louis, at the auction, a guy was auctioning off like some pink phase or something of a Leachianus. Am I right? Is that right?
Yeah, unfortunately I went to dinner like 45 minutes south of there with some friends, and I did not make it back for the auction. But I know the gecko that you're talking about, because supposed gecko, also its brother or sibling or something, sold overseas, I think for like $18,000.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, is there? Yeah. And I'm not, pointing fingers at the breeder. Yeah. I don't know anything about Leachies here, so I'm asking from a standpoint of learning. Like, is that something true? Is it not proven? Is it opinion based?
What part is like?
So, what do you? Some Leachy, at least this is. I'm gonna try not to sound ignorant. On like Facebook and stuff, when I see pictures, there's some Leachies that have like pink collars, right? Or like that's like it's a pink. Yeah. So I think the pink thing is a real thing.
My junk's in your face.
Yeah, I think this particular breeder was saying something about the overall color phase of it and how it looked, and that it did sell for an extreme. Yeah.
Anything, but
is this how people feel when we show them lavender albinos? Yeah. No, really, you can tell there's some lavender here.
Yeah, it's
okay, fair. But like the pink phase, pink is like it's like pink collar, or whatever.
There's pink color. It's tricky. Like it. So perfect. If it education, that's what I'm here for. I love.
Yeah. Chris, how far are we from seeing like exanthic Leachies and shit? I mean, it's going to happen, right?
So there's melanistic. There's melanistic, but then there's like it's not always guaranteed. Like you have sometimes it randomly pops out, but you have two that are together that don't consistently always make it, which is weird.
Now the melanistic ones, are they pretty dark?
They're decently dark. They look like they look on the top part on their back. I have one that's let's see. Where are you at, Vader?
This is fun.
I love the examples.
It's good. Finally, somebody that can give us examples of their animals, all these stupid snake people.
So
that's pretty fucking dark.
Oh, yeah, wow.
Like,
I mean, on the melanin chart, man,
it's darker than me. Just sometimes on the side as they get older. Oh, this way.
Yeah.
They just kind of brown out, just like your
ball pythons.
Your ball pythons.
They look like velociraptors, like their faces.
They look like those, and then like your gargoyles, they look like little gators.
Man, that's super cool.
That form of gecko, the melanistic of Leachies, does that sell for more? Does it sell as a melanistic? Like if we were selling,
usually you're looking at something like if it's melanistic, you're looking at something that's like $5,000.
Okay.
So like that bad boy's like $5,000. Will you take 3,500?
Would I take 3,500? Sure. Yes. When do you want it? Are you coming to California? I'll take it there.
You know what? If we can get it on the airplane, I'll take it. How does that sound?
It's still like a year and a half out from breeding. So
how long does it take for them to get to breeding size?
So that's a GT. So it takes them about 4 to 5 years to get to breeding size. Your smaller locales, that's why you buy adults and then you go there. You don't do the silly thing Chris did and buy babies. Come on now.
Is that normal in the gecko world to purchase adults instead of because like in the snake world, we really advise people, we try to buy hatchlings, raise them up, you get better value, you learn how to do your shit, blah blah blah.
Right.
Don't just jump straight into breeding.
I'm always like me personally, like I'll buy an adult from like someone I know here and there or whatever. If I have a female or a male coming up, so I was like, I don't have anything, like let me see what I can message so and so or message here and see what I can find. But usually when you're buying you're buying pair. You're buying the pair. Like that's
so they mate for life?
No, they can mate for a season. They can mate for 3-4 years. It just depends on like how the relationship's going. So it's really important to have a lot of interaction, checking on them, understanding. Like I know my geckos in here. I know who there are some that are best friends and they produce, and there are some that I have to make sure I check them and make sure that, you know, he's not beating up on her or she's not beating up him, because it's like you have to know where the line's at, because it's an aggressive breeding that they do.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of be the
Lisa
judge of
too.
what.
I was gonna say, so are those ones named Lisa and Troy?
I don't have a Lisa or a Troy yet. I'll put that on the.
Yeah, I've
I'll
seen
put that
Chase and
on the
Abby
sheet.
do it. It's pretty aggressive
Oh my
too.
god.
Gross. Gross.
Troy's now
comes
banned
in
from
with her
staying at
little
our
T-Rex
house.
arm, and she's
I was
like,
about to say,
she-
was Abby
gets-
wearing like a T-Rex outfit?
she gets
Chase.
Chase, like she pins Chase up against the wall. It's weird. She starts with Chase. Anyways, we'll talk about that later.
You know, most people
No.
think when you say that she has like small, like weird arms, not realizing that we've seen her when she's like falling asleep on the couch and she's just like
Yeah.
tucked up.
I like to go with my story.
Like
Just don't listen to Chase right now.
No, it's good because like Chase is in like this khaki outfit, and like, you know, Abby pops around the corner and Chase is like, clever girl. And it just goes from there. She leaps on him.
It's all
great.
just Jurassic Park role playing. Absolutely.
I love that. It's good. It's good. It's the best kind of foreplay.
So Chris, I know like
So-
their breeding's like super aggressive, but is it at all like ball pythons where you can take one male and put him with different girls? Like, can he pair bond to several females?
Right. So I personally haven't done that. I've seen a couple people that I follow on Instagram that they have some really nice high colored males that they'll go through and plug them to different females. I have a friend that I know personally that has done that and hasn't had any issues. I don't know. I don't feel I'm not to that point to where I want to risk it for that biscuit, I guess. Like things are going well. Like or like some species you can do like a 1.2, you can, or a 1.2 where you have one male and two females in there and you're going through it and all that stuff. And that's also like, you always want to make sure you're one and one and on those. And every time the person posts that they have two females and one male, they're like, hey, just a reminder, this is not your normal type of thing. You shouldn't try this. This is just how I received the pair when I got them, and they work out just fine. And maybe that's the other part of just exploring and trying to understand these animals more on that part, because they started receiving them mid to late 80s over here. So that's like almost 40 years ago, or roughly 40 years ago. And there are still animals that were brought over from being wild caught that are still alive as well. So that's kind of crazy too.
Okay.
In that regards. But the thing about them is they're just not like great breed. They don't produce a bunch in a year. Maybe you get 6 babies one year, you get 4 the next, 8 the following. So it's not very many sometimes. So that's the hardest part with it. It is fun getting eggs all year and stuff from geckos and things like that. But usually my year goes, I'll have a couple lay maybe in January and February, but usually about that March time all the way until about beginning of November is where I'm checking eggs in that form. Like I have, it's usually every 4 to 6 weeks. I have certain geckos. I notice their patterns. Sometimes they go 8 weeks. I have a pair of geckos. She lays 4 eggs a year. That's all she lays. Okay. 4 eggs and she's done. And it's usually one time in June and one time in August or something like that. Like it's really far apart and she's done. But their babies are usually really nice, have some nice color to it. Probably won't be able to see it, but I'll show you one.
Chris, if you could pick like a morph you see in ball pythons or something like piebaldism or something, I mean, what would you like to see in lychees?
I'd love to hatch out a piebald. I'd probably sell that thing as quick as I could though. That would be great. Sure, take it. I'll get the paint at night.
Patient Zero sold for what, 35, 30, something like that. The crested gecko.
Yeah, I think it was 35.
Yeah, it's nuts.
What one would I want to see? And if I could pick, ooh man. I guess I would say like Clown does a lot of stuff. Well, I'd say Puzzle, because Puzzle is the new age Clown. So I'll say I want to see Puzzle because Puzzle's the hot thing right now. But no, realistically, like banana was when I got into snakes. Like banana,
Yeah.
everybody loved banana. Like that's a crowd pleaser.
Yeah.
Or the blue-eyed leucistic. Like that would be.
There it is.
There's been some hypo stuff that's been produced by a few people here. I think there's like maybe 5 out there. I had a friend who produced a really white one. That was a baby.
Me and Lisa produced a really white one. It is as white as they come, blue-eyed. Yeah.
Home run, Troy.
Shocking. Yeah, shocking.
Yeah.
I like
Hey,
my.
Chris,
How's Peanut doing?
Benevolent said, "Did Pangea sell Patient Zero? Do you know what they're talking about?"
No, they still have it.
They still have it. They got it.
Yeah,
Ooh,
they
fill
bought it.
me in. I don't know what that is. Tell me what that is.
If you go to their website, if you Google Patient Zero on like
Instagram,
Patient
you would think that the guy running our show would pull up a picture of it right now, but he's an idiot.
Yeah, Patient Zero was the
too many legs
first.
for him.
Yeah, it's a problem. Patient Zero was the first piebald-looking crested gecko that survived, but it's not. To this point, it's been non-reproducible. So
yeah,
interesting. Okay,
I love its gnarly, like super dark eyes.
Dude, he looks really cool.
Yeah.
And it's too bad that it's not reproducible because that would have been an absolute game changer.
That would have been a money maker.
So this animal, this Patient Zero, has it not produced? Is it male or female?
It's a male, and it has bred like no one's business.
Yeah.
And no offspring whatsoever.
No, it's produced
offspring. Nothing like it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's produced offspring, and they've done all of the matings to like offspring to try and make more visuals. And as far as Pangea has always said, they
usually bring it to like any RBC. So next time I see a trail, I'll come grab you.
Yeah, man, I would love to see. Yeah, looking at it, what a cool.
Yeah, I want to see it too.
Huh.
Yeah, it's a really cool gecko. It was so when I first started doing crested geckos, that was kind of like the hotness was hoping that was going to be a real thing, and then Brian Butler had just
sorry, I hit the wrong button. I was getting rid of some updates, and like my whole screen went away. So I was like, oh no, what did I do? But
Brian had just bought the what they call the Xanthic Gecko project as well, right around that time.
That thing went nuts, by the way. Like
interesting.
I tried to buy some from him early on. He wouldn't sell any, but I also think he got aggravated with me because I was like, well, they're not actually Xanthics because like it turns everything gray, so they're just gray geckos, which is still fucking awesome. But like, it's not really Xanthic, man. And he did not appreciate that. Yeah, I know. I didn't know better at the time. I didn't know how sensitive it was going to be. But it was cool. I mean, they're really cool, right? Now they've mixed it into lily whites and all the other stuff, and Cresties have morphs now, which is cool.
Yeah. No.
Chris, my I don't know if you can see the comments, man, but Michael is here and he says hello.
Oh, how's Peanut? Let me see.
I'm sure he'll give us an update. I will say this, man. I've enjoyed watching Peanut grow in our snake room. So
cool. That was really cool. It was fun. Like he came over and checked him out or whatever, and talking about them, and then just how he like took to like the kids and hanging out with them and stuff like that. I'm like, like whatever. Like, what do you want? Like,
Michael has a beautiful lychee from Chris and named Peanut, and it's been a lot of fun so far. So yeah,
no, it should be really good looking. Like it's from my first Arlington show I went to. I bought a gecko, that female from there, and so it was her. This is her first year breeding, so it's a baby from that pairing to one of the first geckos that I got as well, and they're both really nice, high colored looking animals. So
yeah. Well, he enjoys it, man, and as you know, we're super thankful for that, and it's been a lot of fun. So
cool. Well, I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. It's fun.
Yeah.
Chaise, don't y'all have a lychee?
Yeah. Abby's got a lychee.
They outbid me, man. I was bidding on that thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We've got like 5 lychees in our special projects room at work, and then
Abby special projects room,
I know, right? Name drop.
Yeah. I work for Kinova, man.
Don't be jealous.
Wait, so if you only have one lychee at home, that means you need more lychees at home, right?
No, it's okay.
Actually,
Please don't
I
send
would
any
like
other
I would
animals
like
to
a
my
few more
house.
lychees.
Rude.
I'll
They're
send
easy
you
to
one.
care for.
Yeah, but like Chase, I think I'm gonna have to buy you one at the next NARBC.
Absolutely not. I think Troy needs a prehensile tail skink.
How's Franklin doing?
Franklin's doing amazing.
Good. Chris, I regularly buy animals for Chase's wife because I know it bugs Chase. So
it's wonderful. They have a beautiful relationship.
Who is
Franklin, if anybody here has any cats you're looking to get rid of, Abby would love another cat or 2 or 10, and I can get you Chase's address.
Yeah, I don't think she needs them, considering they're both in my office right now.
That's amazing.
And not with her.
Franklin is a sulcata tortoise that I hatched out.
Oh,
and,
that's cool. Love tortoises.
Yeah, so I hatched out 4, and I'm never going to hatch out more again. But those 4 I gave to like friends that I trusted would take care of them.
Huh.
Yeah.
Weird. I guess I'm not in the top 4 list, dick. By the way, Chris has tortoises. So while we're on the subject,
I guess I'm Michael looks identical to me. By the way,
I agree. I would think
absolutely.
Yes.
It's the hair.
Yes.
Braid the hair, Michael. Braid the hair. Oh, and by the way, Michael, Des wants to get his hair cut like you. So
he wants to look like a suburban white kid.
Yeah. What kind of tortoises do you have?
So I have sulcatas and I have redfoots. I have no plans of breeding myself. I have no plans of breeding sulcata. Like that's just something that nobody needs. Like
I throw all of mine in the trash. Yeah.
I was gonna say Patrick doesn't have any plans anymore, so he makes them all disappear.
I used to be able, when I first got into it, I had some places where I could get tortoises, and like that's just one tortoise I don't want to like. What happens to it? There's so many of them sold.
Yeah, there's like, so many.
What happens to them in that first year? Like
nothing good.
Exactly.
Nothing good.
Exactly. But I love redfoots.
Yeah, I also love them to death. I did not get sulcatas to breed, but I ended up with 4 sulcatas, and I have 1 female, and she is very popular at our house. Unfortunately for her.
So you have 3 males in?
Yes, I do, and
you're very rude to her. Okay, you need to give her. You talk about prostitutes, and this is what you have going on in your reptile place.
Dude, his males are bad to his males. It's a messed up
Shells
cycle
Anonymous.
in his house.
I would like to report a crime.
Oh, that's weird because Patrick and Andre do the same thing.
Yeah, we do identical. Beautiful. So she is separated from them regularly because if we don't, like, she just won't get to eat ever. It's unfortunate. I mean, dude, sulcatas are vicious when it comes to mating. Like, it's incessant. No. But yeah, so she lays a clutch every year, though. Well, 2 clutches a year, more or less. And
you don't take them to reptile shows and have the eggs and sell the egg and be like, "Hey, hatch a sulcata out."
I should do that, but I don't know. That's a great idea.
Well, first you might want to try actually getting a booth, but you gotta get there, buddy.
No. Carry him around the suitcase. Carry him the suitcase.
I'll just every T-shirt I hand out comes with a sulcata egg. Here it is. Here's my gift. No lanyards this year. Autographed lanyard, egg lanyards. This will be good. But yeah, so I incubated the first 2 clutches she laid. The first one I figured was just like the test clutch that wasn't going to survive. They weren't fertile. And then the second clutch, 4 out of 20 survived. And we hatched them out, and it was honestly the most exciting thing I've ever hatched out in my life. Like, it was that's
neat.
Baby tortoises hatching are the coolest fucking thing in the world, man. Like,
and they already look like old men. Like,
they do.
Oh, I'm 95.
Dude, it like, they punch through the fucking shell, and then they're like, their head comes out, and you can tell they're already fucking disgruntled with everything. They're like, why am I alive?
Where am I?
Yeah, basically.
Where is she?
It's weird. That's exactly how they come out of that sound. She's like,
Chris, Patrick wants to buy an albino redfoot. Do you think you could hook him up?
Do you know the guy?
I follow him on I got
Okay,
a
well,
page on Instagram.
I do that too. That's not helpful.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
That's
I mean, he lives in
give me the
like,
discount.
I only met him one time, and I almost missed the table, which was kind of sad. I didn't realize
Daytona.
It. Yeah, in Daytona until Jeremy. I don't know which does it. Starts with last name T. He just he does a lot of. He worked.
Yeah,
for
Jeremy
Nerd.
T. He's a great guy.
Yeah. No, he worked for Nerd. He just announced that he was working with helping out with US Arc stuff. Oh my gosh, what is his name? I feel like an asshat. Turgeon, Turgen. Let's see. He does like music and stuff like that as well.
Yeah, he should have. Yeah, Brass Man.
Brass Man Reptile. There you go. I think of that. Thanks, Troy. 10 minutes later, I have to look like a fool.
To be honest, I didn't know what you were doing. I was still in the comments, and then I heard you say something about Jeremy, and I was like, oh, I wonder if he's talking about that Jeremy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hey, Troy, why don't you pay attention? It's a good fucking podcast.
Yeah. So
somebody's got to work the comments over here.
Why? Just ignore them. No one cares about chat. Clearly. I said it.
Yeah, so I was walking around at the show and I saw him and I hadn't met him before, so I just kind of introduced myself and I was like, "Hey, you see anything cool at the show?" And he's like, and I was like, "Yeah, I saw this albino redfoot tortoise over here." And we walked around the corner and showed him like, dude, I would have completely missed. It was in a little 12 by 18 Exoterra. And some Reptile, and I'm like at a snake table with a bunch of snakes that were front and center, but this really cool tortoise was just like kind of off to the side, and I'm like, this is the best thing you got on the table. This is really cool. But
the moment those little fuckers are 10 grand, I'm buying a trio. Like, dude.
That's exactly what he told me at Daytona, though. We're walking around, and just as soon as he looked at it, he just turned to me and goes, 10 grand? I'm buying a trio.
Dude.
If you buy 2 trios, maybe I'll do it for 5 and you can send me one. Okay, cool.
Perfect. Yeah.
5 each. You know?
I love redfoots. They don't get absurdly big.
Exactly. When I'm 65 years old, I could still pick up like a 25-pound tortoise or something like that.
Yeah, it would be great. Dude, how big are your sulcatas?
So I have 2 that are like this, just a little bit bigger than both my hands, and then I have one male that's like 65 pounds.
Okay, yeah. So you're already at the point where you realize the pain of having a giant tortoise. Like, it's awful. It is.
I love them.
It's not the same as the pain of having a giant Patrick.
That's true. My wife deals with that burden every day. Fortunately, I willingly move, whereas the tortoises never go where you want them to go, and specifically dig holes where you don't want them to, and then you have to crawl into their fucking tunnels to pull them out because they're too.
My tortoises never dug a hole.
I had to dig mine out. I had to dig mine out this year because it was getting cold, and I was nice and let him go out in the yard, and I waited too long to go get him because it'd been a nice stretch here because it kind of was fluctuating back and forth, and I had to go get the shovel and like dig his hole out. It was like 4 or 5 feet back there and pull him out. Oh, of course it's the hole that's like under like the blackberry bush that has all these thorns and stuff. Yeah. It was absolutely miserable. I love you. Thanks for doing that.
So our big male is like 130 pounds, right? So like when he digs a hole, it's a hole, right?
Yeah.
So he dug literally like an 8-9 foot tunnel, and then all the other 3 would go down into said tunnel, and then he would sit at the front of the tunnel and not let them out. And then when it would rain, the hole would fill up with water. Yeah. So you see where this was going. So then when I realized that they were trapped in there, I literally had to like fucking pull him out. And of course he's fighting because now he's like, no, I want my friends to die. And so my wife and I pull him out, and then I have to crawl into this fucking tortoise hole, hoping it doesn't collapse on me. And pull
Dear Lord, next time heat bolt goes into the hole, please let it collapse.
Hey, can you ask if their belly buttons are not while you're there?
Yeah, I'll do that. Oh my God. I love my tortoises, but dude, they are dumb.
No,
so Troy, I'm glad they've never dug a hole for you, man.
So mine's probably 60, 70 pounds, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
But I've always heard this. You can tell me, or both of you can tell me, that if they can see where they want to go, they'll dig more. And our yard is completely. He can't see out of our yard.
Yeah. If they can see through it, they're going to try and go through.
They're gonna that's very true. I have boards in the bottom of the fence to kind.
That's exactly what we did. So we took deck boards, and so there's like a 12-inch barrier going up around the whole thing. And so now what they do is they literally just walk the whole entire perimeter of the property.
Yeah.
I have a dog in my backyard because you can see exactly like the
we have
outline
a
of
square.
Yes.
Yeah, and then you have like hay poops out there and stuff like that.
Oh, isn't that it's the greatest, right?
I mean,
Chase, what are you gonna do with that tortoise? You know, when it comes time to go in your yard and it's there's no fence, it's just a jungle back there.
Just a jungle.
I'm gonna send it back to Patrick.
Nope.
Yeah.
Takesies Maxies.
Thanks so much for the hatchling years. It's yours now.
Is that how it works?
Maybe you should make that like the traveling tortoise, and you should just send it to somebody, and every year they keep it, and then the next year it goes to somebody else.
That doesn't feel very responsible.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
Passed around.
Troy,
I'm trying to help you out, Chase. I've been trying to do the same thing with Lisa for years.
Just pass her around. That's what reptiles feel. It's awkward.
I tried it one time, and Chase took her in a bathroom at 10
Oh my god!
Yeah, and oddly enough, Chase came out and his pants were backwards. I don't know what that was about.
Yeah, the shirt was untucked.
You can't keep telling the same joke, or someone's going to think it's true.
Yeah, well, that's how this.
We've already ran into this problem with our friend group with other situations of poor Lisa that you've told.
I mean, Lisa's family owned land and did very bad things, right?
Yeah, and she was a stripper. I saved her from the land, like years of stripping.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah,
a buddy of mine is listening right now or watching, and he just sent me a video of two sulcatas fucking. Thanks, thanks, Alan. Happy birthday to you. Thanks for the gift. I love that. To be fair, I send videos like that all the time to Chase, so it is what it is.
Yeah, it does happen a lot. Or anytime Patrick and I are together, he's like, "Let's check on the tortoises." As soon as we turn it on, there's mounting going. He's like, "Oh, we're doing it again,
dude."
And he's like, "They don't even know, but they're brothers."
They're brothers.
That'd be the worst. Not even knowing.
It's weird. One of them is like stuck in a washing machine or a dryer. I don't know. It's weird how that works.
That's so not right.
Oh no, I'm stuck. What will I do? Anyway, so yeah, tortoise porn. That's fun.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Troy, do you have any other tortoises, or is it just the sulcata?
I have 2 redfoots.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then Chase, y'all have a few, right?
Oh my gosh. Someone's asking us to take our shirts off, really, in the comments.
Yeah, we've got a couple.
Oh man.
We're not taking our shirts off today. January 18th, bitch.
January 18th.
My wife doesn't approve.
Wait, is it Alan? Is that Alan?
Yeah, it's Alan.
Hi, Alan. I love you. That's my buddy. It's his birthday today, guys. Say happy birthday to Alan, please.
Happy birthday, Alan.
There we go.
Whenever I hear the name Alan, like, do you not think of the little animal that like stands up and there's like the video? He's like, Alan, and it yells. You guys don't know what I'm talking about?
Oh, I do. I haven't seen that video in years.
Does he not say Alan?
Yeah, he does.
No.
He does.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I got no idea what you're talking about.
It's like the little meerkat.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. No. Yeah, Alan has he had sulcatas, and apparently he's traded those in for some leopard tortoises, so he's moved to
that's cool. Yeah, I do want to get some leopard tortoise. I would love to get an aldabra one day, but I'm told I have to wait till we move. But
they're for sale. They're for, like I was telling Patrick this. They're for if the guy's there, they're for sale at Pomona.
So after our conversation, Troy, I went and yes, I went and looked up aldabras. So you can get them for like $2 to $3K for hatchlings.
Yeah.
Or they are the most expensive animal on Morph Market. They are like $50,000+ for breeders.
Wait, what's it like? It's like 5,000 per inch, right? Or 500 per inch? Yeah, 500 per inch.
Yeah, I was trying to think. I want to say it was like $8,000 or something, man. Maybe this was for a small pair of some sort, right?
Well, it could have been like slightly bigger ones, but yeah, like
I hope he's there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy how it's crazy.
I can't wait
how
to go.
Expensive they were.
I can't wait to see that. That'll be my first time out there at the Super Show, so I'm excited just to go across the mountains because I guess mountains kind of keep reptile people from like communicating and get together and stuff like that. So like
That's
it's
true.
like an uncharted land over there.
Chris, you have 2 options. You can either go Kendall's way, right, and that's not really mountainous, or you can come with me and Lisa and go through the mountains. Like, hey, I hope the pass isn't shut down when we get there.
What do we do if it's shut down?
You sit. Well, we would know ahead of time, so we wouldn't let that happen.
I
But
think
like,
I know why Kendall takes the way he does.
Yeah, all of a sudden it just feels irresponsible to go Troy's way. I don't know why.
It's probably
Imagine
feels that way though.
It's
I heard
Imagine that.
It's
I heard
faster.
New Mexico is awful.
Yeah, no. I mean, New Mexico's a breeze, dude.
No, I heard it's just awful to drive. It's just desolate.
It's like driving through Iowa.
A lot of meth. A whole lot of meth. They did a whole TV show about it.
Again, Iowa. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I do stop in Aspen. I like that comment. That's
Troy
good
has
stuff.
like long haul trucker blood in him, and him and Lisa just cruise for like 24 hours.
So I would need to drive to your place and leave from there. Is that what you're
No,
saying?
you can leave from Kansas City, and you and I would meet in Denver, and then we would go through the mountains.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't really attacked that plane yet. I haven't figured out which way, because I know for sure me and Des are going, or Des and I, to be correct for my English teacher. Des and I are going to go.
Okay.
And then I'm still trying to tell Karen that she should go, but she's like, I don't want to sit in a car for 23 hours. I'm like, well, I have to. So
maybe like she could ride with Lisa, and I'll ride with you guys, and we can have a better time together.
yeah, I like this idea. As long as you don't stop at Cracker Barrel.
Fuck no! After going to Cracker Barrel with you, that was not a good experience.
They're like, no, we're not serving that guy. Let it take a year.
They're like, we call this place Cracker Barrel for a reason, boy.
That's literally what we said when we walked in.
Oh my god!
Pretty much, that was pretty much our experience. And I'm sure glad you got us canceled. Thanks.
Oh my god! What is wrong with y'all? Jesus Christ!
And Lisa got some iced tea that tasted like coffee. And
Dr. Pepper and iced tea.
Well, what happened? She took a drink of the lady. She gave a weird look, and lady goes, "Does that taste like coffee?" And she's like, "Yeah, it does." She's like, "Well, that happens sometimes. We have someone who works here that he puts the coffee bags in the tea. Why does this guy still work here if you know this is something that happens?"
This is a real story, by the way.
I love
that's amazing.
Y'all should definitely be going to Cracker Barrel more frequently at this
Or
point.
that veteran behind us. Oh, Patrick's froze.
I was gonna say, is Patrick frozen for everybody?
Is it? Wait, oh no. Can you all hear me?
I'm taking a picture of this. Your face is amazing.
Oh, Patrick, your face is golden.
Wait, can y'all hear me though?
Yeah.
Hang on.
Yeah, we can.
Unless you're the voice of God.
There it is. I am the voice of God.
Thankfully, Chris, this is recorded, so we can go back and get Patrick's picture anytime.
Yes, that's true. Oh, and just
screenshot's probably better than taking a picture of it. So
yeah, and just like that, now y'all get the EOS webcam utility until the end of the show. Congratulations.
Why do you get to be darker than me? I don't know.
Well,
I can tell you if you'd like me to go on a bit of a rant.
Nope, we're not doing this today.
Yes.
You know, Chris, there's quite a few pictures that exist of me wearing FUBU as well.
Oh, I did not know what you were going to say.
I love that. I love that.
I tell you. Well, I mean, now that dipshit's fucking camera doesn't work, we should probably wrap this damn show up.
Luckily, it's right in time too.
Yeah, I actually wonder if like the camera for some reason has a timer and it just because it seems to kill it like a reasonable amount of time every week.
I'm just guessing the camera, just like your mother, doesn't love your face.
Can we start a GoFundMe for a new camera for Patrick? Because this happens weekly.
Yeah, can we please? We need that. Late to the mic needs that desperately. Needs more Patrick.
You got to breed tortoises so you can sell them and make money for a camera.
No, I refuse. I refuse to sell tortoises. You know what? I'll breed other species. I'm not breeding sulcatas. I refuse. Look, as soon as the albino redfoots get to a reasonable price, I'm in. I love it. I do really want one. Hypos are cool too. You know, they've got some morphs with the redfoots now. So the hypos are cool. The redfoots look spectacular though.
Hey,
I really
Patrick,
love those. Where's
home for you? Like I sort of know where Chaise is in Georgia.
Yeah.
Right. And then you're in Iowa.
Richmond, Virginia is where I live now. I grew up in Texas, right outside of Dallas.
Okay.
On a reservation.
Yep, I did.
Oh, you have a car.
Troy just couldn't help himself.
Is this a real question, Chris?
I think I've heard this. I think I've heard. And I said I watched the show, so I think.
Oh,
okay. Did you pull out a card and like I'm a card carrying, like I'm like such and such % Cherokee or something?
Hold on. I have to take care of something first.
Oh Lordy.
Okay, now we can talk about it.
Hey, wait, you split me in half, so I'm like, I'm already mixed. So is my white
I'm
half
already
here, my brown half
mixed.
here?
Yeah, hold on. You know what, let's just do this proper.
Wait,
Chimera's going to take over.
My heads weren't even even.
I'm just kidding, Troy. I'm just kidding. Jesus Christ.
Hey, wow, I like how Troy now has the Chimera logo. Okay.
I was like,
it was the best Troy's ever looked.
You got upgraded.
Oh my
Chase,
God.
did you guys know that was really phallic-y on the shirt when you guys did that?
Right?
No, we didn't at all.
Like, I almost wore that shirt tonight because you were going to be on here, and I'm like, that was the one of the first Reptile shirts that was the first Reptile shirt at any RBC I bought. And which
nice.
I want to say, you like speaking to you the first time, it was really cool. Like, you're super open. I was walking around carrying a stack of lychees the next day, and you're like, oh, you got some? Let me see what you got. And it was a really genuine experience. So I appreciate the
dude, that's awesome. Thank you.
That vibe that you gave off.
Oh, same. Well, I'm always excited to see it every show. So.
But then it was but then I had to buy the shirt because I realized I'm like, that's just a giant dong right there. Like, I'm just gonna wear this giant dong turtle head.
I've got to be honest, I truly did not see it.
Yeah, Chris, I wore it to a high school basketball game tonight and got asked about why I had a dick on my shirt.
Oh my God.
You might want to get it checked if it's spotted like that.
Yeah, it's true. Mine, well, it's a lot smaller, but
yes, yours is smaller and spotted.
Yeah, it's inside me though. It's unfortunate.
It's inside you. Oh,
yeah, it's an.
That's what she's supposed to say.
Well, can we get to this chat GTP about Chris meeting his wife at Subway?
Oh, don't forget the hogs.
Okay, so let's see here. What are we gonna do? Let's see. Chris meets his wife. Ren, is it R-E-N or R-I-N? How would you like to spell it?
R-E-N.
How does that matter?
It doesn't
it matters.
I'm just curious.
Yeah, my name's Chris with a C-H, not a K.
Chris meets his wife Ren at Subway, and they fall in love.
She eats all 12 inches of his spicy sandwich.
Again, after he makes her a spicy 6-inch sub. Right.
Chase, when Justin's on the show and we do the chat GTP thing, do you think he'll just he'll just give up?
No, he's gonna hack it and he's gonna rewrite the words, so it's gonna be perfect for him.
He's absolutely.
Joe brings up a good point. Talking about epic style time. If you don't know, whatever your name is, Patrick, I believe everybody has a name for like when they have intercourse with their wife or husband, whatever. And Chris, over at Chris's place, it's called epic style time. At Troy's house, it's called naked Lisa time. At Chase's house, it's called T-Rex time. What is it called at Patrick's house? Gay sex.
Amelia would be super offended. I mean,
just to let you know, mine's not epic style time. It's called you want to get it in, but that's
yes. You want to get it in.
You want to get it in.
You want to get it in. So no, the actual name, it's generally like, hey, how does sexy time sound?
No, that's not true. Patrick's just like, hey, do you want to wrestle with our bathing suit parts?
Chase? Do you guys have a name for it, or are you still on that level where sex just happens on like a natural plane?
Yeah, we're still there. We're still.
Oh, nice, dude. Yeah, when you get a little bit older, man, you call it something.
Yeah, you're like,
hey, what do you call it? Birthday, Christmas.
Yeah, Chase, it's a beautiful time when you get to that point in life. You're like, hey, I'm free.
Cuddling time.
I'm free next Tuesday at 7:30. Does that work for you?
Over at JSA, it's called Sassy Sheena time.
Ooh, I can
Make sure
see that.
When you put that in the Google Calendar, you put it on the one for just you and your wife, not things that other people can see.
No, I want everyone to know.
Not on the company wide.
Yeah, that way when Chase checks my availability, he sees, well, I won't be calling him between 7:30 and 7:32 on Tuesday night.
Oh my god.
Anyway, Chris, a playful and inventive sandwich artist at Subway, surprises his wife Rin, who's known for her love of spicy 6 inches. One ordinary day, Rin visits the shop feeling a bit down. To lift her spirits, Chris decides to create a special sub just for her. He meticulously layers jalapenos, pepperoni, and a secret spicy sauce, all between freshly baked Italian bread. As he hands over the spicy love sub.
I love this reading. I could take more of it, Patrick. Thank you.
He winks.
Oh, I bet you could take more.
He winks, saying it's hot, just like our love. Rin takes a bite. Her eyes light up, and she bursts into laughter, saying, "You're crazy, but this is delicious." In that moment, amid the smell of fresh bread and laughter, they fall in love all over again, over a spicy 6-inch sub packed with Chris's secret spicy sauce.
All right, well, that's true love.
I love that.
Thanks,
That's pretty
everyone.
legit.
That worked out so much better than I thought it would.
Have you guys been following me around my whole life?
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Yes.
Is that actually? Yeah, that was just last Tuesday, right?
You damn creepers.
Yeah, well, it's what we do. Chris, thank you so much for being on, man. This was a fucking blast.
Yeah, we had a
Thanks
ton
for
of
having
fun.
me. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris, absolutely, man. I got nothing but love for you, buddy, and your whole family
Man.
too.
This
Love
is
seeing
so
you guys
good.
at shows. Like what you do.
Thanks, man.
You guys are awesome, great people. Easy to come talk to for anybody. So thank you so much for
Yeah.
just reaching out, accepting being my family, things like that. It's fun. So
Yeah, man. What is the best way for people to get a hold of you?
best way for you to hold me. Probably if you go to my Instagram.
Okay.
On there in our bios, our Linktree, it has our website, it has my Facebook, social media, has our Snapchat, has our website, has my Morph Market page. So the Linktree in my bio on Instagram at epicstylellc is the quickest way to have all my connections and points there.
Perfect. Guys, go give him a follow. Go give him a like. Look at all this cool stuff. He's great people, and I'm looking forward to hanging out with you at Pomona.
Yes, I can't wait. It's going to be exciting. When do you get out there?
Thursday afternoon, I believe. So,
Okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's going to be a blast. Next week, I guess we're going to talk about Pomona and how excited we are all to go. So,
Am I filling in for Chaise next week?
yeah, I think so.
No, it's
I think
okay.
so.
I'm just going to sit here and listen to you guys on how
Yeah,
excited
perfect.
you are.
Well, maybe you should go. Everybody else, thank you for listening. If you aren't already, please subscribe, like, go listen to our episodes. We're, a couple of 3 jackasses, but we have a good time. So, guys, I love y'all. And until next Thursday, this is Late to the Mic.
See you guys.
Later.